Welcome to the Holy Week prayer walk here at First Presbyterian Church. I am Pastor Bethany Peerbolt, and on behalf of the whole church, we are honored that you have chosen to include this walk in your Holy Week practices. We hope that it will bring you closer to the emotions that Jesus and his friends and family felt in that final week leading up to the cross. You'll start at Palm Sunday and move through the week ending on Easter. Along the journey, you'll be asked to collect some things that will remind you of this journey that you can take home with you, and asked to participate in some community art projects. Feel free to stop by again and see how the projects are developing. During the times of reflection, you can pause this guided meditation to give yourself as much time as you need at each station. I'll be here when you press play again to continue your prayer walk. Let's begin. On Palm Sunday, Jesus entered Jerusalem, and the people rejoiced. They were desperate for a party. They had been facing serious social unrest and injustice, and the slightest hint of joy threw them into an all-out celebration. They picked palms from the trees and threw their jackets on the ground so that Jesus would have a comfortable walk into the city. We have also been facing social unrest and injustice. We have faced many demons this past year as we have been forced to isolate from all the things that used to distract us. Take some time to reflect on where you have found surprising joys through this tough season. Are there joyful moments ahead that you're looking forward to? How is your faith a part of bringing that joy into your life? Pause here and take as much time as you need to reflect on those questions. The first place Jesus went when he came into Jerusalem was the temple. It was the place to give sacrifices and worship God. Jesus went there to pray and to teach. When he got there, he found people selling sacrificial animals, which was a normal practice, but their prices were outrageous. It prevented poor families from being able to practice their faith. People were being turned away, were unable to be with God and to worship God in the way that they were supposed to. This greed made Jesus very angry, and he began flipping their tables and turning them out, calling them a den of vipers. Reading about Jesus having an emotional outburst like this can be jarring, but it also shows us that anger can be a holy emotion. There are simply things in the world that make us angry. What makes you angry? You'll see some bottles of beads in front of you. Look inside and find one bead to represent something that you are angry about. Now shake that bottle as hard as you can. Can you find the bead now? It's probably buried and hard to find. Letting out our anger feels good, but it sometimes causes us to lose sight of what we were angry about in the first place. After Jesus had his angry outburst in the temple, he talked to his friends about what he was feeling. He explained to them why he did that and what it meant to see people in the temple selling animals for such a high price. Unfortunately, the outburst in the temple caught the attention of local authorities, and they began to plot against Jesus. Take some time to reflect on your anger, and then move to the next station. The reason Jesus came into Jerusalem and why there were so many people there, because it was the festival of Passover, where many Jewish families and individuals would come into Jerusalem to celebrate this occasion. Jesus wanted to celebrate as well, and so he rented a room and had all of his friends and family come to celebrate the Passover meal. Jesus cared a lot about the relationships that he kept with people around him. At this meal is where Jesus gave the special blessing that we now call communion. He knew where he was heading, and he wanted to leave behind something special for his family and friends to remember him by. Relationships are important to us too, and one way we can honor those relationships is by praying for the people we care about. At this station, you'll be able to participate in a community art project where we're creating a sort of prayer rug. You'll see some twine and some ribbon to tie onto that twine, and each ribbon color represents a different kind of relationship in our lives. Red represents family, orange for friends, yellow for neighbors and coworkers, pink for teachers and mentors. Green is for first responders and government leaders. Blue is relationships that need mending. There's lots of other colors, so if one of your relationships don't fit into those categories, pick a different color and tie it onto the twine. Together we'll see the rainbow of our relationships grow and create a beautiful mosaic of prayer. When you're done, head on to the next station. During the Maundy-Thursday meal, Jesus revealed that one of the disciples would betray him. That betrayal led to Jesus being put on trial and put on the cross. The overwhelming emotion of Good Friday is sadness. The disciples were sad that the ministry of Jesus seemed to be finished, the thing that they had devoted their life to. Jesus' mother was sad because she had lost her son, a heart-wrenching experience for any mother. When Peter denied knowing Jesus, he became sad because of his sin. Sadness can be inspired by any number of things. And when we feel sad, it can be helpful to take some time to grieve and to be in a safe space and focus on what has made us feel sad. What has been your sadness? Pick up a stone and hold it in your hand. This will become the focus for your sadness. As you walk into this safe space in the middle of the structure in front of you, imagine putting all your sadness into your hand with that stone, and walk in slowly. In this space, you are safe to explore your sadness. God is here with you to hold that sadness, to help you bear that weight. Stay here as long as you need to process through any grief you may be feeling. When you feel ready to go, there may be some sadness that you feel ready to let God take completely, and there may be some that you wish to hold on to a little bit longer. Both are great responses when we examine our sadness. When you're ready, slowly walk back out, but keep your rock with you for the next station. Jesus' friends and family continued in sadness for 3 days, but the women knew there was work to be done, so they went to the tomb with oil and spices to finish the burial rite. When they got to the tomb, they found it empty. Their sadness was suddenly mixed with anger because they thought someone had stolen Jesus' body. But then Jesus arrived and told them that he was resurrected, that he had risen, and their sadness soon became joy as they celebrated that amazing day. Our sadness may not as easily go away like it did for the women at the tomb, but we're capable of feeling multiple emotions at the same time. Honoring each emotion helps us understand ourselves better. Place your sadness rock in the middle of the sand and write in the sand other things that you feel: joy, hope, happiness. What else do you feel? Cover your rock with the sand of all these other emotions, and then pull out your rock again. Keep this rock to remind you to honor all the emotions that you feel, and letting God carry some of the weight when things get too heavy. Thank you for going on this prayer walk with me. It's been an honor to guide you through all of the emotions that Jesus and his friends and family felt that final week leading to the cross. We have a lot more this Holy Week that you can join us for, and a lot more coming up in the months ahead. You can check out everything that's available at fpcbirmingham.org. We hope to help you connect with God very soon.